Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Robot Vice here. Um, Today, I'm going to be bringing you a video, a brand new video. Just came out. Techies was changed quite a bit. And I'm going to talk to you guys exactly what I think about this and the strategy that I just used for the first time ever in this game I just played. I'm going to show you the game and give you a commentary and break it down. So first of all, we're going to look at what changed with Techies, okay? First of all, Techies blast off self damage changed from pure to magical. So now, when you blast off, you're not going to take as much self damage. It's not going to be exactly 50% of your HP. It's going to be 50% minus your magic resist. So this means that this level 10 talent that Techies has, this 25% magic resistance at level 10, means that you're going to take a quarter of your HP as self damage when you blast off. Now, if you add items such as Glimmer Cape and all of the strength that you gain will give you magic resistance over the time, plus Pipe, things like this will cause your blast off to do basically zero damage to yourself. So the level 20 talent was changed from 150 GPM, which obviously we're sad about, but they changed it to a minus 28-second blast off cooldown. Do you know what that means? That means that blast off is going to be on a 6-second cooldown. Right. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's going to look like a 7-second cooldown, but it's going to be less than that with um yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm fucking baked. I'm struggling with basic math. It's a big yikes. All right. So anyways, from there, that means that you can take this level 15 talent. So you take the 25% magic resistance, then you take the plus 300 blast off damage at level 15, and then at level 20 you take the minus 28-second blast off cooldown. I haven't really gotten to level 25 yet, and I haven't figured out what I think is best based off this build, but I think it's going to be the 251 damage because you're going to be playing with your team with this build, okay? There's just no more breaking off. You can break off a little bit and get your farm and get to your level 20, as soon as you can. But you could be fighting with your team after level 10 and with the level 15 talent, okay? Because you're not going to have as much mana regen to be mining, okay? So I'm going to show you guys right now. This is how silly this kind of is, and it's really cool. And I actually really like this change. I'm really happy about this. So we're gonna take a look at this. I'm gonna show you guys the power of a blast off with like a 6-second cooldown, 900 damage, 7-second silence with a 6-second cooldown. So, oh, I'm sorry, we got the webcam here. Hello, guys. All right. So let's get into this game, and I'm going to show you guys how it went down. So this game, I'm actually playing off lane, and my friend Step Tornetta is playing tree as a 4, and I'm actually a position 3 in this game. So keep that in mind. So since I'm 3, I'm starting with some different items, but I would still recommend starting with a null. I think a null is still a good start because you're going to want to take blast off anyway. This new build is blast off focused, okay? So that means a lot. That changes a lot. So this Bane walks in here and he skills Nightmare level 1, which he kind of threw his lane based off that. So we're going to be laning against a Magnus and a Bane. We just take the outpost for fun because that's a thing now. Dota's changed now. I'm not going to explain to you what's all changed, but there's an outpost right there that you can take. It only matters at 10 minutes, but anyways. So I'm in lane here. I'm not going to... I think we should focus on getting past this stuff. And I want to show you guys the changes, okay? This isn't just going to be a Techies commentary. I'm going to show you guys the changes. So anyways, I end up getting first blood there with the blast off. And I'm getting some mines down since I just hit level 2. They also changed it, so now there's this little counter here that shows you how many mines you have. They changed it from being up here, now it's down here on the spell. It shows 1, and then it's recharging, and it shows 2, and now it'll show me 2. I almost fed here, but I baited him with my Fairy Fire, canceled his salve, and he ends up killing the tree's courier, but we bait him real nice there. And I end up buying 2 nulls this game just because I'm a core. I think it's good. And based with this build, I think it's good as well because you want to beef up, you want stats, you want to get more strength, more magic resistance, you want to Yeah, you get what I mean. So anyways, I come back to lane now, putting down mines, put down a sentry. Bane hits 2 mines here, and I end up finishing him off. You can kind of see how the laning phase is going. I end up going down there, almost take out the Magnus with the proxy mine. And you're going to see what I'm going to be going for next. They end up glyphing for that to stop my proxy mines from killing that. And you see I walk over to get the bounty runes, but that's no longer where the bounty runes are. So, yikes. So I grab the bounty and I'm picking up arcane boots, similar before, because we're going to eventually turn these arcane boots into guardian greaves, okay? You are now a utility hero. You are going to be building items that give you, that beef you up, that allow you to survive in fights and deal damage. So things like Blade Mail, Lotus Orb, Yule Scepter, Ghost Scepter, those things that can keep you alive after your initial blast off is kind of what we're trying to do here. And you want to be able to assist your team in every way by showing up to fights. Okay, so you're going to be putting down your stasises, you're going to be blasting off. And I ended up missing I just needed a suicide there. And now, after my mana boots, I'm going into a hood. Since they changed blast off the self damage to magical damage, if you buy a hood and use your hood active, the hood active before you blast off, you will take literally 50 damage of self damage from blast off. Essentially nothing. Maybe even 0. I don't know how much it was. We can take a look when I do it. But you essentially don't take any damage when you blast off in. Meaning that it's no longer as risky as it used to be. Changing this hero a lot if you're building the correct items. I had a lot of fun doing this build. And once you get level 20, it feels so good. I can't even explain it to you. So, you guys just saw right there. The one thing they still haven't fixed about this hero is the stupid shit that cancels you mid-blast off. I'm going to show you exactly how Magnus's Shockwave just canceled me mid-blast off. Because it pushed me, I guess. Okay. Really cool. So I end up getting level 6. We kill the Bane. I'm top net worth at 9 minutes, which is pretty cool. I'm putting in work right now against a lane that we probably shouldn't win. So I try to bait them over here, but they actually have sentry wards down. He starts attacking the mines. So I just run over here, and I deny myself. I've almost got my hood completed, so... My team was a little lost in the sauce after the laning phase. The laning phase went really well. Anyways, I have my hood now completed. So I've got mana boots, double null, and a hood. Obviously, I'm really farmed. More farmed than you're probably going to be on a pos 4. But this is basically the build if you wanted to play it as core, which I think is possible now. Because you are buying core items. You're no longer playing as this outlier of a hero that doesn't play with the team at all until later in the game. Now you're a team player. So you'll see a little trick I do with mana boots is when I'm using a clarity, I'll disassemble my arcane boots and I'll put the energy booster in my backpack. Therefore I have less mana that when I'm getting mana back, and then when I put the mana boots back in my inventory, it'll give me more mana. Because it's a percentage based. So it's a little trick that you should get used to, because I didn't buy Soul Ring this game, and I think I really regretted it. I think Soul Ring is still core. It was a mistake by me not to build it this game, and I regret it. I thought about going Ether Lens here. I forget if I ended up going it. I just played this game too, that's sad. So I just blast off in here to farm the creep wave and harass a little bit. I know I'm pretty tanky. I've got a hood. This guy's messing with me. So I know he just warded there. So I fly out a sentry. Kind of just floating around here. You can see how tanky I am. I just survived a whole timber assault. So I end up TPing mid now because the bot tower's gone. and I kind of want Necro TP'd bottom, so it's kind of his lane now, since he's like a higher priority core than I am. So here, I'm getting ready. I'm going to try to blast off in. I end up getting a 2-man blast off. I think I end up dying, but Monkey just like uses a shitty ult. But we get the Magnus, so it's a decent trade. At least I'm somewhat happy with it. Necro decides just to split push bottom for some reason. But he gets a tier 2. And I decided I'm just going to end up going Yule Scepter here. I think it's a nice item still for this hero. It provides you catch. And you can see here, oh, I want to show you guys what I went for. This was a really next level play I went for, and it failed just by a fraction. Okay, so I got level 10. I took the 25% magic resistance talent. That means that this gives me plus 25% magic resistance. So I have 50% magic resistance from these two. Or let's see how much I have. 59% because of the stats I have as well. So 60%. So 60%. Wait, I don't know. Let's see. Let me see this real quick. So anyways, I have these 3 mines planted here. I don't have any stasises, but I have a couple remotes down. I'm thinking maybe I can bait this guy to run into these triangle proxy mines. So I go in. I get the initial damage. Let's go back a second. I want to see how much damage I took from that blast off. Okay. So I go in. So I got hit by a cleave attack right after I landed, so it took a little bit more damage. But I took about 100 damage, I think, from my blast. So I throw down a remote here. I hit him with 3 remotes, and I'm like, all right, now I can bait him in here. He hits 2 of the mines, but his skewers me away from the last one that he would have hit. He ends up feeding the Monkey King, but it was just sad. It was so close to being a really cool play. It failed. So, still using Blast Off to farm. I go down here, I take this outpost. I try to take this outpost before 20 minutes, but they end up coming, trying to recover it. But you can see here, I'm struggling again. I just got out of the base, and I'm already out of mana. I think Soul Ring is absolutely core. I try to go for some crazy Blast Off here, and I think I end up just dying. Maybe I live. Okay, I live. Maybe I die. Okay, I don't know what happens. Timber hits his Mind Stack. Oh yeah, I forgot. I barely get away. Pretty pog play. Okay, so we're trying to get to level 15 next. That's the plus 300 blast off damage, meaning that this spell will do 900 damage and a 7-second silence. Okay, so just think about that damage. Magnus gets hit by a bunch of mines there, but he's really tanky, unfortunately. Invoker ends up going down. I TP top because nobody else was up there, and we're just about level 15. So I take the plus 300 blast off damage talent, even though I'd really love to take that plus 6 mana regen right now because I've been struggling with that all game, but I think just getting a soul ring is going to help a lot with that problem. So I have my pipe now, and I'm going to start going into Guardian Greaves next. I think this Yule's can be replaced by an Ether Lens. I think Ether's pretty good. I think after Guardian Greaves, you probably go into Blade Mail or Lotus Orb or something like that. My team's going bottom, and Timber tried to TP back, so I called that I canceled Timber's TP, that you guys can fight, like a 4v4 fight. So they end up taking a really good fight, I think. Yeah, so nice play there, canceling the TP. So I make sure to go get that bounty rune, so we get 4 bounties, which is really nice. And I'm going into the mech next. We told Monkey to back there like 5 times, and he just refused to listen to us. So now, it turns out that Ogre just bought a gem. So, fuck me, right? I had a huge mind stack that I've been prepping for one of these big boys to walk over. And Timber has a pipe. So, it's really hard to kill these heroes right now. They're all a bunch of really tanky heroes. But they have a gem now, so they saw those mines. And I could have blown these up sooner and killed the Voker, but I fucked up, so sorry to that Bat Rider. He was it was real cancerous though. He was toxic as hell. I'm surprised we won this game. So I TP back to base. They find a quickening charm, which I really wanted, but I didn't say anything because they were like, the team was super hostile, and I was just like, trying to just like not say anything the whole game. So it's definitely a different build, guys, and I personally really like this. This is how I've always wanted to play Techies, is like a more active style. Okay, there's still the mines, there's still those mind games, you know, in the early and mid game. But once you hit level 20 and have your utility items, or even before that, once you're ready to start fighting and you have like a mech or a Yules or a pipe or something, you know, or a glimmer cape, like you can glimmer cape yourself and then blast off. Try this in a demo lobby. Get a glimmer cape, glimmer yourself, and then blast off. See how much damage you take. You're gonna be... You could just buy a glimmer cape too. I'm telling you, there's so many cool things that you could do here involving the magic resistance with this blast off. So they definitely knew that, and that's what they were intending, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how it turns out. I personally think it's super strong. Once you get level 20, it's pretty insane. If they don't have a bunch of like purges, like these guys, all they have as far as purging themselves is a Yule Scepter on Timber. So they can't take this 7-second silence off of themselves, you know? So it's obviously a really good game. So I take their outpost here at the last second. Pretty nice for us because they took our top one because our team threw a bit. They're starting Roshan, and they end up taking it. So the game all of a sudden turns on its side a little bit, or we're starting to look in a bad shape. I blast off in. I get like a 4-man blast off here. It ends up turning the fight. So the 900 damage, 7-second silence. Look at them all, still silenced. Ends up putting in work. And you know what that means? I'm level 20 now. Minus 28-second blast off cooldown. Okay? So now blast off is on a 6.09 second cooldown. Think about this. 900 damage, 7-second silence on a 6-second cooldown. Okay? Unfortunately, it's still on cooldown for a while because I haven't used it yet since I've gotten level 20. But you're going to see. So we end up taking the Aegis, killing him, and we keep chasing. You can see I'm walking over, looking interested. I've now got this fucking magical spell. So you can see I'm queuing up Blade Mail next. That's what I'm thinking. Look at that. Blast Off's already up again. I just used it to kill the creep wave. Think about the options with this. How quickly you can clear creep waves. How quickly you can farm in the mid game and late game once you're 20. Or I guess late game since you're level 20. So anyways, we find him here. I missed my first blast off. But it literally doesn't matter because it's up again in fucking 5 seconds. And it doesn't do any damage to me because I have a pipe and Greaves. And all this built-in magic resistance. It's crazy. This is so cool. So the Ogre Gem sees that again top. He backs up. He still has the gem. You can see I blast off in once there. It's up again. I blast off in again. Both of these heroes are hit with a 7-second silence and 900 damage. Just game winning in the fights. Magnus goes in with BKB. I'm waiting for his BKB to end. I Yules him up, hit him with a blast off. And all of a sudden this game has changed. Blast off changed the game here. I think really blast off was the difference in some of these fights. So I just blast off in again. It doesn't matter. Because I can. I blast off in again. Because it doesn't matter. I don't care. And because I'm spending all my time focusing on blast offing and using pipe and stuff, my charges are gonna come together because I'm not putting down mines. Okay? So that means you're gonna have 3 charges of proxy mines, a lot more than you're used to having, because you're used to placing them every time you have one up. But in this case, you're not going to be. So when you get to the buildings, you have 3 proxy mine charges that you can use to push, which is pretty cool. So you can do 600 damage to a building, basically, with your mines. And then once you get the 25 talent, I'm assuming that you would take the damage. You see, I just blast off in again there, right on top of them, and they can't do anything. I end up getting my blade mail killed on the courier, so that's life. But anyways, we end up winning the game. So I'm super interested, and I'm gonna say that I'm happy to start playing Techies again based off this. I literally am having so much fun. There's a lot of endless options that you could do. You can go Octarine Core, you can go Heart, you can do all these different things, and you know whatever your team needs for the game, you get 4 staffs, whatever, and you play more of this team fight Techies with these talents. And I don't know about you guys, but this seems pretty cool. I like it. It's kind of like another meme, but now instead of one meme that Techies has, the 251 damage and the moving mines, he now has a third meme, and that's the minus 28-second blast off cooldown. So once you get level 30, think about how good all of these talents are now. Every single one is fucking amazing. So I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys are going to be seeing a lot more Techies from me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll be streaming tomorrow or something. Show up to the live stream if you guys would like. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.